This woman got roasted a lot when her story broke out. She believed she was chatting with the real Brad Pitt just because of some AI-generated photos and videos, even though the photos were poorly photoshopped. Almost everyone asked, how could people fall for this? But I want to say, this is a wake-up call. As technology advances, so do scam techniques. And a 53-year-old French interior designer was married to a millionaire. She had a life most people would envy, but things were not so perfect, and had struggled with severe mental health issues, including depression, and had been hospitalized multiple times. Her marriage was falling apart too. She was going through a really tough time, feeling like her husband didn't care about her. Every day, loneliness and hopelessness were all she knew. In February 2023, while on vacation in the French Alps, and posted some ski pics on Instagram. This was her first time using the app. Not long after, a woman named Jane Etta Pitt messaged her in English, and after chatting for several days, the woman eventually complimented her, saying, "My son needs a woman like you." The next day, her son reached out. It's Brad Pitt, and said his mom had told him a lot about Anne. He wanted to get to know her better. At first, and thought it was ridiculous and couldn't believe it. But as they kept talking, she got hooked. Their conversations grew deeper, and soon, they became best friend, and said she wasn't naive, even though she was new to social media. She asked this Brad Pitt multiple times to prove his identity, so she received many photos and videos. These weren't the usual pictures from magazines. They looked personal and casual. And there was also Brad Pitt's passport photo, along with an email from his agent vouching for him. In order to let and trust more, the scammer even sent some custom-made, like Brad Pitt, holding a piece of paper with Anne's name on it. So, and convinced it's really him. Over the next year and a half, the two of them talked every day, sharing everything, and fall in love. Although Brad Pitt never actually spoke to her on phone, but for Anne, this was the first time she'd experienced love and care like this. The fake Brad Pitt sent her romantic poems and sweet love declarations, and said, "There are so few men who write to you like that." He knew how to talk to women, and it was always so well put together. Aside from his words, the fake Brad Pitt also sent in luxury gifts, like a bag and a diamond ring. But here's the kicker. A few days later, and got an email from Customs saying she needed to pay a €9,000 fee to receive them. So why this fake Brad Pitt didn't pay this himself? He claimed his accounts were frozen because of his lawsuit with his ex-wife. So in trust and paid it, with Brad Pitt in her life, and started feeling like her husband was becoming less interesting. Eventually, she divorced with him, and receiving a settlement of €775,000. At this point, and made a big mistake. She told the fake Brad Pitt about it. Soon after, the scammer took things to the next level. One day, fake Brad Pitt told, and he was in the hospital with kidney cancer. He needed her to send €60,000 to a Turkish bank account for his treatment. During this time, he kept sending her photos to prove he was really sick. €60,000 was a lot of money, and at first and wasn't sure. So the scammer created a fake doctor and emailed her, saying Brad Pitt was in critical condition and fighting to survive, and with many hospital bills, and chose to trust it again and totally wired him €830,000 to help with his cancer treatment. Anne's daughter found it and told her she might be getting scammed, but Anne didn't believe it, and she told her daughter, "One day you will say sorry." Then the media reported on real Brad Pitt's new relationship, but Anne refused to believe it, because at this time, the scammer sent a fake news flash.
According to Mr. Brad Pitt, he is in an exclusive and loving relationship with one special individual who holds an exceptional place in their heart, who goes by the name of Anne.
These sweet words made and feel so happy. It wasn't until the summer of 2024, with more and more reports and photos of real Brad Pitt's new girlfriend surfacing, that Anne finally started to realize she had been scammed. She was really angry, but didn't know what to do. At that point, an FBI agent named John Smith called her. He told her he knew she had been scammed and that he could help her arrest the scammers and get all her money back if she paid €5,000 in Bitcoin first. Once again, and believed him and wired the money. But this so-called FBI agent was also a fake setup by the scammers. Anne really had almost no money left at this point. She sold all her furniture and moved in with a friend, later setting up an online fundraiser to help cover her legal fees. Because of this experience, Anne developed a much more severe case of depression. After 3 suicide attempts, she was sent to a clinic that specializes in treating depression. The French TV aired the whole story of Anne, but instead of sympathy, most people mocked her. Even Toulouse Football Club and Netflix France were mocking Anne. All this mocking only worsened Anne's depression. She recorded a video asking, "Why are they trying to hurt me like this? I've never hurt anyone. They should go to hell." Worried about her mental health, the TV show took the video down from their platform. As things escalated, Brad Pitt's spokesperson also spoke out, advising people not to respond to unsolicited online outreach. Now, media reports have revealed that the scammers are from Nigeria and that there are at least 3 men in their 20s involved. So far, none of them have been arrested. In this case, everyone was laughing at and for being so stupid. Especially some photos were obviously badly photoshopped, but she didn't notice. But that's easy to say for people who are online a lot and know about AI. They can spot a fake right away. But for those who don't, it's not that simple. Honestly, everyone needs to stay alert. Don't think you're too smart to get scammed. These scammers are patient and know exactly what they're doing. They take the time to study you and tailor a scam just for you, until you fall for it. And their easiest targets are lonely older people who long for someone who truly cares and loves them. So if you have elderly family members, make sure they know about this news. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe.